Hello friends and greetings for the day. Welcome back to another tutorial on ISTQB Advanced Level Test Management Certification. We are in Chapter 1 talking about managing the test activities and continuing ahead with our same segment, that is 1.6 test tools. And today we shall be covering the next subsegment, in fact the last topic of this segment as well as this chapter, that is 1.6.5 tool matrix, and trying to understand that what are those matrices which we are interested from a tool to be collected to understand its benefits. Well, at this point of time, we would like to talk about that a tool is not only used for its purpose directly or just limited to that. For example, if a test management tool is said to be a tool to manage the testing resources, like writing the test cases, performing the test execution manually, more of like capturing the steps, expected result, actual result, etc., or maybe doing a defect management. We're just not interested in doing the work, but also interested in collecting this runtime data and presenting it in a kind of report or dashboard. Same way when we talk about automation testing, it's just not mere about executions and reducing the time which requires it to run them, but also looking forward to present it, that what kind of outcome was achieved when an automation test or automation test suite was executed. So these are some of those metrics which we are talking about, that what we wish the tool to collect for us and avoid our further manual interventions in reporting and dashboarding or any other information respective to the tool which we want the tool to collect on our behalf and present that to us. So certainly from different types of tool, we'll have different matrix expectation, and that is what we are trying to understand in this last segment. So let's get started. The very first thing we are talking about is objective matrix from tools are designed and collected based on the needs of the test team and any other stakeholders. The test tools mostly capture valuable real-time data and reduce data collection efforts. This data is used to manage the overall test effort and identify areas for the optimization. And I think that's very clear to understand that when it comes to the tool, we feed every single information in that as they are performing the required test activities. They are in fact keeping all our records and different information collected by them, and they should have, in case they can have a better process to refine this data and present it in a way we are interested in, that would be of great help, and at the same time may add value to the return on investment. At the same time can minimize some of our additional work which we might be doing manually thereafter, right? So there are multiple benefits of having these metrics which the tool can look forward and take care of that. So let's talk about these metrics. Of course, different tools are focused on collecting different types of data. So one should know about it, that what kind of data can be collected from which type of tool. So number one, when we talk about test management tools, they can supply a variety of different metrics related to available test time, tests, planned test versus as well as current and past test execution status, etc. So indeed, when we talk about test management tools, as we do manage our testing resources there, like test cases and test executions, so we can talk about the number of tests at any point of time, how many tests have been executed, how many yet to be executed, or further going with the executions, we can talk about filtering the test executions by their status, like pass, fail, blocked, or no run, or repetitions, the iterations. And in case the test management also has inclusive of any kind of requirement management, it can even result us with traceability and requirement coverage. So point being made is the test management tool may talk about those statistical data which they are dealing with. Similarly, the next one we have is the requirement management tools, and expectability from this requirement management tool is to deliver the traceability regarding requirement coverage by past and the failed test cases. The third is defect management tool. Indeed, we all know we have very, very important data set to be collected by this tool. However, namely to say that we can filter it by status, severity, priority, and even talk about defect density of the test items. Other valuable data such as defect detection percentage, the test level at which defects were introduced and detected, defect lead time can also help us to drive the process improvement, but may not all be provided solely by the defect management tool. So we just wanted to add that as we do have so many things to deal with in terms of matrix when it comes to defect data, we do understand we can let them know by status, priority, severity, and all what we just discussed. But also the defect management data can be pretty much helpful in defining the improvement action plans, which we have covered already in our previous segment, that is the test process improvement, that how defect data can be used by managers to define the process improvement. But we will be having the next chapter talking in little more detail that how defect data and defect fields can be decided in terms of doing the improvement within the test process. So indeed, defect data, defect management has a lot of information for you to collect, and we do anticipate that the tool will have these matrices. And sometimes this could also be considered as an evaluation consideration while selecting the tool. Also to add here, the next set of elements we want to consider is same way for static analysis tool. Among others, we supply matrix related to code complexity, which is for static analysis. Same way, performance testing tools can supply valuable information such as response times and failure rates under peak loads. Code coverage tools can help to understand which part of the test object have been exercised by testing. So this can talk about the coverage measurements like statement coverage, decision coverage, path coverage, etc., and many more related to the coverage measurements. So again, every single tool will have its own perspective and matrices to be collected. Our job here is to just understand that whether that tool support us with these kind of matrices. If some of them, what are they, and what else we will have to do beyond the tool, and if it can cater with all that what we need, then it would be of great thing. Okay. Also to add here, although test tools can be used to collect matrix, they should also monitor themselves. In this context, the quality of the test process can be measured. That means the number of defects found with and without the tool help. So it's not that the matrices are only related to process and the project activities which we are doing, but the tool should also be capable of capturing the information about their own effectiveness. Like with help of tool, this is what we could do, and without the tool, we could not have done this, or probably manually this could have been difficult to do in terms of the effectiveness of the process. So tools should return us those data as well, which makes us to kind of like get better reliability, or even to calculate those effectiveness measures, which we need to say that the tool had some great benefits to be added into our process of performing well. And finally, to add the test efficiency, which is basically the duration of the test execution and number of executed tests. So at any point of time, the tools will have certain numbers for us to understand that if we would have done this execution without the tool, what would be the time consumed and how the tool has returned it. So again, automation testing tools basically should reflect the execution times. So that's again one of the feature and metric of the automation testing tool. So they give you the time for each step being executed, then the whole test being executed, and even a test suite which is being executed. So different tools again have different metrics. So we need to just consider them for evaluation to make sure that are we looking forward to them? Of course, we are looking forward to them, but how many of them that can be fulfilled by the tool itself, right? So I think that's all pretty much what we had from this particular tutorial. Should you have anything else, feel free to comment below. I'm always there to address your queries and answer them well. Till then, keep learning, keep exploring, keep understanding the context. Thanks for watching the video, team, and happy learning.